Hey guys, how's it going? So a little while ago I was going to make this video and then I started to realize I should make another video first, which was just going to be why I think CDs are still important and why you should still buy them today. That video will pop up over here, but it will also be linked in the description below if you want to see that, so check it out. But anyway, finally I'm going to be talking about what are my favorite classical guitar CDs and why. So stay tuned. So before I start, the first thing I want to say is, of course, everything in this video is just my own opinion, and of course, it's also only based off stuff that I know about and also that I've listened to before. I can't really offer opinions on things I haven't listened to before, I don't even know exist. So keep that in mind. If there's things I left out or you think there are things that I should have included here instead, let me know in the comments like always, but let's go ahead and start off with my first one. So the first one on my list is Classic Guitar by none other than Julian Bream. And why it's on this list is because for me, it was one of the first records that really got me inspired to play classical guitar. I mean, the opening track is the Grand Overture. I mean, once you get past the opening, it's just shredding all the way. And if you're a guitar player that likes to play things fast or thinks fast things sound impressive, definitely a pretty impressive one, at least for me. So the next recording will be the John Williams Rodrigo CD, and honestly, it's on here just because it has two of my favorite guitar concertos, and my favorite one really being, of course, even though it's super basic, the Concerto de Aranjuez. And because it's one of the first ones I heard, this is one of my favorite recordings. I think everything he does in there just makes so much sense. He plays it with so much excitement, and honestly, the orchestra that's playing on there, which I'm pretty sure was the London Symphony, sounds incredible. So this next one kind of goes hand in hand with the last two, and that would be the record Together by John Williams and Julian Bream. Now, many people are going to argue, I'm sure, that this isn't that great a guitar duo, and that they really don't play together that much. It was kind of just something they threw together on the spot for the recording. And yeah, I'm sure it probably is, but to me, this record really showed what a guitar duo even was. Before that, I never even knew two guitars could play together, and then I heard two of my favorite guitar players at the time playing duets together. It was pretty cool. So that's why it's on here. So now let's go ahead and move on to some guitar players who are still alive and recording today, and the first one that I want to talk about would be David Russell's Albani's record. This one really stands out to me because in my graduate recital, I was actually learning a few movements from the Suite Espagnole, and hearing David Russell play pieces such as Granada was just so inspiring. In that same recital, I was playing tons of music by Augustine Barrios, and when I was looking for recordings of the music, the one that drew me the most was Intimate Barrios by Berta Rojas. And honestly, I will say some of her recordings of the pieces are some of my favorite ones out there. There are tons of good ones, but definitely you should check that out if you want to hear a bunch of great played Barrios music. So like I said, Berta Rojas isn't the only one who recorded good Barrios music. There are a few other ones that come to mind. One that does come to mind for me would be Antigoni Goni's recording, but let's talk about her for a second and a different recording of hers. The one for me that comes to mind that's great is her guitar recital CD, the one that she did after she won the 1995 GFA. This record features music such as the Black Decameron by Leo Brouwer, some Rodrigo, and some Barrios as well. And this CD is incredible, and honestly, it's probably one of the best recordings of the Black Decameron I've heard, so if you like that piece, definitely go check it out. Now, following that recital, I really got into the music of Andrew York, and the reason why I did is because there's just so much stuff in there that you can show somebody who thinks they hate classical guitar, thinks they hate classical music, who's probably going to like Andrew York's music, and that's exactly what I did. I just wanted something that was maybe a little bit more accessible to some audience members. So if you want to start to get to know Andrew York's music, the CD that I would recommend for you would be his CD, You're More. My personal favorites on the CD would be the title track, You're More, and also the movements from the Suite, Woven Harmony. All of them are super good, and they're just super nice sounding, super soothing, so check it out. Okay, so let's backtrack to my recital for just one quick moment, because there is one recording out there that was super influential for me at the time, and that would be the music of J.S. Bach for solo lute by none other than Oscar Ghiglia. Honestly, this whole CD is so good, but personally, I think his recording of the fifth cello suite, aka the third lute suite, is just incredible. He has just such a way of phrasing it where when you hear it, everything he does just makes sense. I can tell you for someone who's played his edition of the piece that it is much, much tougher to play, but honestly, it just sounds and works so well on the guitar. So if you like Bach's lute music, definitely go ahead and check that CD out. So this next one I kind of saved towards the end on purpose, and that would be the CD Infusion by guitarist Jason Vieau and the bandoneon player Julian Larbo. And why I saved it towards the end is because it's pretty different. It's not your standard classical guitar CD. You're not going to see any music by Taroba or by Bach on here, but you are going to see tons of really, really good arrangements for guitar and bandoneon, mostly done by those two. If you want, definitely check out his recording of the Pat Metheny tune, as well as some of the Piazzolla stuff in there. It's so good, and honestly, it really shows you the variety that some classical guitar players can do, almost playing in a jazz improvisatory sense, and it's something that you don't really hear every day, at least not coming from a classical guitarist. Now finally for this last one, you could say I saved the best for last, and I kind of did, and that would be the record 300 Years of Guitar Music by guitarist Manuel Barrueco. Now you can disagree or not like anything else I said on this list, but I hope that you agree this CD is a must-have for all classical guitar players. It's one of the first times I heard music by Villalobos, Granados, Albanese, Bach, Cimarosa, what else is on there? Giuliani, and pretty much any big name piece you can imagine, it's on the CD. So if you're a classical guitarist or somebody looking to just get into classical guitar music, this is a must-have for your collection. So anyway, that's my list of CDs and things I think you should buy. There's tons of other things that I think you should get, so this isn't the only list. As you can see, there's tons of guitar CDs over here that I highly recommend. All these ones are ones that I've chosen personally for my collection, so I think any of these are ones that I would recommend to have. But if I had to suggest only 10, because that's how many were in this video, those would be my 10. But I'm curious, what are your 10 favorite classical guitar CDs, or just favorite CDs overall? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you guys are interested on why you should even buy CDs, that video is going to be linked down there as well, where it will also pop up over here in a second. But that's all. Thank you so much for checking out my video. As always, if you guys are new here, I hope that you guys like what you saw and you want to subscribe to see more videos about classical guitar and just things like that. Anyway, so that's it, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.